It's true, it is your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso on S3. Now it's time to enter into Skinnerville. Coming in hot with the latest in entertainment news. In Mzansi, we've got an incredible individual that's still on our couch this morning, a trailblazing South African plus-size model and body positivity advocate. Of course, it's Candice, Manuel. And now we know that Candice has spent years redefining beauty standards and inspiring confidence, but today she's here to weigh in on the hottest in entertainment headlines, local and international. And then we have Graham Richards. Thank you, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
No, I've gotten used to it sitting on the couch next to her. It's fine now. It's fine. It's actually, but now the one rule, we're not nice now, hey?
Especially with this first story.
It's
got. What do people say? May Boris's bottom.
Okay.
It makes me a bit angry. Okay. The Open Chats podcast. This is something that everybody's been talking about recently. A widely followed South African entertainment show, currently embroiled in a bit of controversy. A lot of controversy after a recent episode featured very offensive remarks about the coloured community in particular. It's a viral clip. You've seen it everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. The host made derogatory comments, including claims that coloured siblings chow each other, which, of course,
that's a quote, hey?
It's a quote. It's a quote. It's not me. They're basically insinuating incest happens and generalizations about coloured people being, quote, crazy based on personal dating experience. Now, the backlash was absolutely swift and widespread. Social media was set alight. People were saying, cancel them, cancel them. I'm so curious about your take on that.
If there's one thing, as a coloured woman myself, I feel like there's always this thing where they say coloured people don't stick together, but they stood up and we
as a
really
unit,
stuck together.
Yeah.
There is some consequences, though. I mean, I've seen that the biggest channel, I would say, has also pulled out.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where if you have such a broad platform, you need to just use it correctly. I mean, they have such a huge voice and such a good following. Why go and make something
even
stupid
in
remarks?
jest, it's not fun.
Therein lies the issue.
Yeah.
We're talking about a podcast. And people have kind of linked into this. Now, I'm not saying this as a traditionalist from TV land, but it is an ungoverned platform that has absolute, it's the internet. That's it. That's the baseline of safety and security. So it's not controlled and it's not safe. So it relies on personal regulation in those spaces, which makes it amazing when you can go deeper and you can get into that deep, rich personal story. But it's not just you sitting with your mates without a camera watching you. And that's the danger.
Exactly.
Got to be responsible.
So let's just reaffirm that rule. If I'm white, I can talk about myself and white people.
Period.
If I am coloured, I can talk about myself and coloured people. Let's keep it there. I mean, have we not learnt in this country that there is a line? And we love poking fun at ourselves, and we're the first to do that, which is great. Still does not give us the right to do that with each other. We're not there.
It was so reckless. It was so dangerous. Definitely, besides the anger people felt, kind of insinuated that we haven't even gone that far, because this is the youth. This is Gen Zs talking and having a conversation very carelessly, mentioning these things that are so racist and so harmful towards a small community within South Africa. And I think that community in particular, my community, has been fighting for representation for a long time.
Exactly.
And for this to happen, so they did come back and they put out a statement and they apologized and said, oh, we're going to come back with a follow-up episode. And then in the follow-up episode, they said, y'all are too sensitive.
Yeah.
I
saw that.
I mean, you can say that to your best
were just
mate.
joking.
When you made a joke about him looking chunky in his new jeans. Like, that's the line there.
Right.
We've got to learn. And look, I cross these lines as well. There is something about privilege that you don't... It takes a long time to fully grasp and understand, and we earn the right to be able to joke with each other and cross those lines.
Exactly.
But that's based on a very rich shared relationship and earning that right.
Absolutely.
And not publicly, I suppose.
Not on the platform.
Man,
if you have a platform, be responsible with it. I don't know how I feel about cancel culture. I do feel like there's space for redemption, but then you have to show remorse.
Just take
you have to apologize. You have to take accountability at the end of the day. And it doesn't seem like they have. So we'll see where this goes forward. I know Gayton McKenzie had to say. And a couple of leaders in South Africa have also completely condemned this. So we'll see where
What
it
are we
goes.
going to do? There's only 899 billion other podcasts to watch. I don't know how we're going to get through the day.
Stop selling podcast equipment. Let's start there.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Be responsible with your mics, okay? It is a privilege to have one. All right, let's move on from that story. We'll keep you updated with all things to do with the development of it. But a hero in the space of sports, Tatiana Smith, please, South African Olympic champion, formerly known as Tatiana Schumacher. Of course, Smith now marked the first anniversary of her retirement from competitive swimming with a heartfelt Instagram post, and we love to see it. She was basically reflecting on her journey. She's only 28 years old, and she won gold, of course, in the 100-meter and silver in the 200-meter breaststroke, and that was last year at the Paris Olympics. And she shared that stepping away from the sport still feels so surreal to her, describing swimming as more than a pursuit of medals. It was just a transformative experience that taught her discipline, humility, and resilience. Which, I mean, if you are an athlete of that standard, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I definitely admire her for that. It's something that I've touched on a bit earlier as well. I admire the fact that she left without being the athlete that left because she's got injuries or things like that. She's stepping aside because she's saying, I've accomplished everything that I've wanted to within this space. It's now time for me to commit myself as a wife and within a family, which is something I think that as a woman you need to actually take control of, because the world could swallow you where you just focused on trying to prove yourself all the time. And she sat back and said, I've done this.
I've done it.
Yeah.
And we put it all on their shoulders.
Yeah.
As soon as anyone is in the Olympic swimming pool, they are carrying the hopes and dreams of every South African child, and it becomes a thing. She was working, the amount of time she spent swimming in the pool. It's just crazy. It's required a level of dedication that I think few people can fully wrap their head around. She is so young still, which is mind-blowing. But we were on a trip shortly after she had made that, and I could see how much she was grappling with that decision. But she's still the best in the world. Literally, you know, she's an Olympic champion. But we love you, Tata, and she is the most humble human being on the planet.
And we definitely see you as an example. So we'll never forget the legacy that you have put out there in the world of women's sports, but just being a woman in general and a boss babe.